everybody. Power Search here, streaming live. Thank you for watching, if you are watching. And this show is about exploring crypto art. I usually have two segments. I first look at the arts that has been popular for the last 24 hours, that has been sold out. I try to find the reasons why that happened. And the second part of the show is where we look at the upcoming drops by artists, which you can see. There's a schedule. And trying to guess which of those art pieces have potential to for you to buy as a collector. But my primarily focus is speculation. I am a speculator. I do that with pleasure, and let's dive right in. So let's see what has been happening in the last 24 hours. I have this little browser, and the website I go to first would be object.com. By the way, we're talking about art on Tezos, not on Ethereum. The reason why is it on Tezos, because I feel like that's what most of the innovation is happening at the moment. Transactions are cheap, and the quality of the art is really high, and the cost of it is quite affordable. Let's dive right in. Okay, so object.com is an aggregation website, sort of like a OpenSea for Tezos. And yeah, I'm looking at top sales usually. This is a generative art piece. We will look at it a little later. This is Lucrece. I think he sold a similar piece yesterday. Alright, this is another by Rich Pool. Bud Forest by Zankan. Zankan is a famous in generative art community artist, so I'm not surprised. This piece is cool. I haven't seen it, and I'm not familiar with the artist. Maybe I should take a look at it later. Lucrece again. Okay, those are not generative arts. Let's take a look at generative art. Why generative art in the first place? Well, I like generative art because it allows all collectors have individual pieces. Like when you buy traditional or like digital art edition, all owners have the same edition. With generative art, it's most likely, it's possible to do, and it's usually done this way, that each collector has their own individual twist on that particular piece. I look at this website FX Hash, and let's see what are the 24-hour sales. Okay, this collection has been hot. We looked at it yesterday, and it sold out within, I think, one block. By the way, one block on Tezos is 1 minute. And it has been reselling quite aggressively. The way I look at resales is I would go to object.com. Okay, there's two ways to do that. One is through activity. You see somebody bought this piece, but I can't see those pieces, so I like going onto object.com, finding this collection. It's probably hot collection, trending, and I click on the artist. And here I go on activity. So in this activity, it just allows me to see all of them with the displaying of the piece and also the price and how much time. And it only sales, because here on FX Hash on activity tab I only see I see offers as well, and also canceled offers, which I'm not interested in. So these pieces have been popular, you see. Some 328, 285, 343, 375, 275. Boom, 500. The reason why this is more expensive, I suspected this because it kind of looks like the thumbnail for the collection. This one was also sold for 600 as. They initially sold out, I think, around 125. I may mistaken, but I think so. So resellers has done pretty well on this collection from yesterday. That's excellent example what a speculator would want it to go, is to find a collection that is hot, that is going to be selling out, at least to try to predict. Okay. I'm just gonna close and continue going. This number 2, highest last 24 hours, is a collection that was minted earlier. It's not the recent one. The way I see it is right here, published in July 15, 2022. However, collection is quite cool. I like opening it in a full screen and see how it is. I like this animation. I'll reload it again. I find it's pretty cool. And this artist it's not his first collection. It has been trending just recently. Like, if I look at the sales activity again, I'm sorry. Rococo, maybe I can, okay, anyway. There were 3 sales for 150. Another for 350. And that's why it managed to get to this number 2 spot. But for as a speculator, I find it's quite late to get to a collection that has been minted, unless it's selling very, very inexpensively. And also, sometimes when you buy on a secondary in anticipation of future hypes, you need to wait sometimes for a very long time, and you really don't know if this collection is gonna be popular again, and more particularly when it's gonna be. I find that if you're a speculator, it's a lot safer to buy a collection that is dropping, let's say today, and sell those pieces within the next day or 2. That's the idea. Let's continue looking at those sales. This collection, also quite old. I'm not gonna look at it today. This collection is also old, and I believe this collection is also quite old. This one is also old. All these collections have been minted several days ago, except this first one. This one I think has been minted several days ago. Nonetheless. Okay, so I would conclude this part of where we're looking at the sales of the last 24 hours. Let's move on to what is going to be dropping for the next 24 hours and try to have an educated guess somewhat if some of those pieces may be interesting in terms of a speculation. The way I look at it is I go to Explore tab. There's still some collections that have been became available for minting. But more importantly, I look at incoming projects. Those are the projects that have been already scheduled to be dropped, and you see the time when it's going to be dropping is right there. Let's say this one is in 49 minutes, and this is actually this piece may have a potential. The reason I say that, because it's okay, I think it's quite interesting, like just aesthetically pleasing, I would say. I'm opening it in full screen. Let's look at another variation. Okay, well, and Walter Anderson is a good question. I always try to look at the Twitter profile to have an idea of how serious this artist is about minting and how serious he is about being an artist. Fairly new profile, not that many followers, but his previous pieces have sold out, okay, at 5 TES. And what I also like to look is what is the lowest price right now in the market for those particular pieces. So it's 5 right now, where it has been minted in July, also at 5. And I look at the activity of, it's a previous collection of the same artist. I shouldn't say collection, it's a piece. Alright, there were some sales actually in the last 14 hours. So this one person came in and bought like 4 pieces. That's about it. Let's see what he bought. Okay. So this has a floor of 5 TES. What about this one? Also was summer last year at 5 TES. Okay, there's one sale at 10, at 12. And let's see, okay, well, this one is starting at 48. No, I don't think it's gonna sell out at 48. Maybe it will sell out at less, because there is a price drop auction set on the price of this particular piece. What is this? It's this thing. Price will be changing every 5 minutes, all the way to 6. And let's see iterations again. Okay. All right, that's a maybe. Okay. this one at 1 Tez. Let's see me, which is a non-verified artist, but he has a Twitter. 1,300 followers. All right. This piece may sell out. It has potential. This artist has other pieces, but they are a lot cheaper at 2 Tez. And it's still not fully minted out, so to speak. So if there's that many pieces, they're just gonna, sit until they sell out. But at 2 Tez, this piece, which will be dropping today, is set at 25, and it's 333 of them. I understand it might be beautiful and all, but not at that price. Not at 25. Okay, let's see this one. This one is at 4 by Grenier. This artist dropped this piece yesterday, I believe, or maybe a couple of days ago. Yeah, it was yesterday. It has reserved, so you can't mint anymore, but I believe it was minted at 2, and let's see what is the market price right now for this piece. Okay, well, there's only 2 for sale because there's only 45 of them, and the lowest is at 10. Okay, 9.6. Are there any sales? I can't see on the top of my head. And this piece is trying to, well, it will start at 4, go down to 2 and 1. Maybe at 1 it makes sense. It's also quite nice looking. It doesn't have animation, but I apologize, there's like a noise outside of my place where I live. People came to do gardening. Great timing. Alright, this piece is ridiculous. Oh, ridiculous. No, I'm sorry. I think it was set for some crazy amount. At 50, okay. Right now, the floor, okay, this was selling at 24. And now the market price, I'm just gonna speed up a little bit because I feel like these landscape people are gonna make a lot of noise. So I'll try to wrap it up with the next 3 minutes. So the floor price here is at 25. Are there any sales? What? This one's for 20. Okay, let's say the floor is 20. And he's trying to mint it at 50. I don't think it's a great deal. Let's take a look at this piece, and that's it. This piece is at 443 all the way to 35. Okay. This artist is pretty cool, I think. However, his previous market is sitting at 1618 TES. Okay, let's say it's 20. Let's say it's 20 TES. And it's not the same kind of, I guess, compare apples to apples. If this piece was going to be at 35, it's a little more expensive. I would say almost double. But this piece, which is similar to this that is going to be dropping in 3 hours, and this piece's floor is actually quite high, as I understand. Yeah, 275, 250. Were there any sales? Somebody bought this one for 245. Somebody bought this piece for 240. So, okay, let's say 250, the floor, but there's going to be 300 new pieces coming to the market. I wouldn't risk it over 127. That would be my guess. So if you're a speculator, 127, I think that would be the full price if you were to buy this piece and sell it within next day or two. Okay, and let's take a look at the last piece. Is this one, Radar Board 3000. I find the piece itself is quite cool. It's interactive like that. Great work, no doubt. And his pieces, however, are available for minting. Like this one, they're available for 10. This one is available for 8. But this pieces he is dropping for 100. Okay, let's imagine that he's gonna let the price go all the way to 20 TES. At 20 TES, it's still double of the floor of his previous piece. But this piece I think is a little better. It is interactive. I don't know. I think it's a little riskier unless you're a big fan of this artist. Alright, that will be it for today. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me. I apologize for the noise that we had. We'll see each other tomorrow if you are able to tune in. I am streaming live every weekday, 5 p.m. GMT, Greenwich time. My time is Florida time. It will be Eastern time. It's noon and 9 a.m. Pacific. If you watch me, thank you very much, and I will see you soon.